The Call of the Wolves. Once upon a time, in a small village near a dense forest, there lived a boy named Leo. Leo was 12 years old, with brown hair and bright green eyes that always seemed to sparkle with curiosity. He loved exploring the woods and often dreamed of adventures among the trees and animals. One crisp winter morning, Leo woke up early. The ground was covered with a fresh layer of snow, and the air was cold and clear. Leo dressed in his warmest clothes and decided to go for a walk in the forest. He grabbed a small backpack with some food and water, ready for whatever the day might bring. "Be careful, Leo," his mother called as he left the house. "And stay away from the deep forest. There are wolves out there." "I will, Mom," Leo replied, though he was secretly excited by the idea of seeing wolves. The forest was a magical place. The tall trees stood like silent guardians, their branches heavy with snow. Leo loved the sound of his footsteps crunching in the snow and the sight of sunlight filtering through the trees. He felt a deep connection to the wilderness and its beauty. As Leo walked deeper into the forest, he noticed tracks in the snow. They were not human tracks but the paw prints of an animal. Leo's heart began to race with excitement. He followed the tracks, curious to see where they would lead. After a while, Leo heard a soft, haunting howl. It was the sound of a wolf, calling out to its pack. Leo felt a thrill of excitement and fear. He knew wolves were wild and powerful creatures, but he couldn't resist the urge to see them up close. He continued to follow the tracks until he came to a small clearing. There, in the middle of the clearing, stood a pack of wolves. They were magnificent animals, with thick fur and sharp eyes. The leader of the pack, a large gray wolf, stood at the front, watching Leo with keen interest. Leo stood still, his heart pounding. He knew he should be afraid, but he felt a strange connection to the wolves. The gray wolf stepped forward, and Leo could see the intelligence in its eyes. It seemed to be inviting him to follow. Without thinking, Leo took a step forward. The wolves did not move. He took another step, and then another. Soon, he was standing in the middle of the pack. The wolves surrounded him but did not attack. Instead, they seemed to accept him as one of their own. The gray wolf nuzzled Leo's hand, and he felt a sense of acceptance and belonging. He realized that the wolves were not just wild animals but intelligent creatures with their own way of life. The pack began to move, and Leo followed. They led him through the forest, showing him their secret paths and hidden dens. Leo felt like he was part of their world, connected to the wild and untamed spirit of the forest. As the day turned to night, the wolves led Leo to a high cliff overlooking the valley. The moon was rising, casting a silver light over the snow-covered landscape. The wolves howled, their voices echoing through the night. Leo felt a deep sense of peace and wonder. He knew this was a moment he would never forget. After a while, the gray wolf led Leo back to the edge of the forest, near his village. The wolf looked at him with understanding eyes, as if saying goodbye. Leo reached out and touched the wolf's fur, feeling the warmth and strength of the animal. "Thank you," Leo whispered. "I will never forget this." The gray wolf howled softly, then turned and disappeared into the forest with the rest of the pack. Leo watched them go, feeling a sense of loss but also a deep connection to the wilderness. When Leo returned home, his mother was waiting for him. "Leo, where have you been?" she asked, worried. "I went into the forest and saw the wolves," Leo replied, his eyes shining with excitement. "They are amazing creatures, Mom. I felt like I was part of their pack." His mother hugged him tightly. "I'm glad you're safe, Leo. But remember, wolves are wild animals. You must respect them and keep your distance." "I know, Mom," Leo said. "I promise to respect them." From that day on, Leo continued to explore the forest, always mindful of the wolves. He felt a deep connection to the wild and untamed spirit of the forest, and he knew that he would always carry the call of the wolves in his heart. And so, Leo lived a life full of adventure and wonder, always embracing the beauty and mystery of the wilderness. The end.